Hi, in this video we are going to have a look at the demonic seeds and try to do the painful level. Last week I was actually able to complete this with my alliance, but maybe it's maybe it's nice to make a video and see if we can do it again, and at least you should be able to see some of the difficulties in this highest stage, the painful stage. I'm just first going to look at how many people we actually have online. We need a minimum of 25 accounts, but that requires a lot of accounts to move. So basically you need quite a bit more people. Not that many. That is including new farms. Scrolling is not. Let's see. That should hopefully give us an indication whether it's even worthwhile to try this painful. The problem is that you are going to get maybe rounds where you got 10 in two different towers, and that is like 13 and 8 or something, I think, or 13 and 12, 13 and 8, 12 and 8. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, you really need that number of accounts, and you really need a very fair chunk of, if you have only like 30 accounts in total, maybe you do need like 20 people that can move around or something. Otherwise you're not going to make it. So both numbers are important. And then if you have at a certain moment later on, normally during the hour, we sometimes have like 50 accounts online. That means that in every tower you can have 10 accounts. So that you hardly need to move anything around anymore. But it could be that in the beginning you have so much damage that you never get to that later point. So if I look at what we got so far, so that is 6, 11, 6, 13, 10, 17. That is just not enough. That is not enough. So if you look at so let's say wild and insane both require 20 lords, so I think that is like the maximum, although I believe in insane the last round was more, but I don't really remember for sure. So I think I will start insane and then we look for the next one. Maybe 1 hour later. I think I'm still going to make a video on this, which will be insane instead of painful, but maybe later. Normally we do 2 in a row, so later we can do the other one. Hopefully more people are going to be online. I forgot to... But yeah, at this moment it's actually not so important yet, especially in the beginning. The number of accounts is a lot more important than the strength, and later, well, I think my account probably strong enough to withstand even the highest waves if I'm not fully, even when I'm not fully set to combat. But definitely for farm accounts that I'm also using, you need to get every edge that you can. So there it is really important that you put on your right combat equipment if you have it. I'm maybe not going to talk so much because I'm also at the same time that I'm making this video have to coordinate things if that is necessary, and I'm going to bring in some more of my farm accounts. I already I have 3 devices, so on 2 other devices I already joined with farms, and now I have to switch accounts. To also join with my other accounts. Now you can already see. Okay. Always mix up the names towers and fortresses for this. It's always funny that people then still go to Fortress 3. Even though you just say, okay, we get our enemies there and there. And then say, well, but it's in the tower 5 and 4. I'm going to go to tower 3. That's more to my liking. And when people do like that, then it makes it that much more of an accomplishment if you are able to reach it to the highest level. I think I got the time to I got the time. I just realized that with one of my farms in accounts that I was already, I still had open. I was able to I was in Fort 3, so at that moment I didn't know yet. So okay, I think we have enough for the first round. Actually, we have quite a fair amount of accounts. I didn't know we had that many. It's already in 20, 28, 29. Would have known we had this many. But I only counted until 25. But yeah, that is the problem. There are always some more people jumping in. So yeah, normally actually if I look at it like this, the difficulty at this level is only that at some points there will be like 13 in one tower, which is not that hard if enough people move around. In order to, yeah, a lot of people coming in. The problem is that you cannot, you don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people keep in mind, oh, 5 hours before reset, we have this demonic seed sessions, and they come in 5, 10, 15 minutes later. But yeah, that makes it difficult to plan ahead because you don't really know whether they will show up or not. You can assume, start a bit later and assume. So, oh, okay. I'm not going to do the full, as you can see you have 30 waves here. It's not the same for each demonic siege. Lower levels have a lower number of waves. I'm not going to follow everyone. I'm just, I think, going to wait until you see yeah, one of these waves where we got the 13. In theory, everybody could pay attention for themselves, but that's normally not happening, so it's better to tell them. And actually, the fact that you have so many people now does not mean that you also have enough at the start of the next one, because a lot of people just jump on and they put their accounts and then they go again. So I moved 2 of my farm accounts as well. I'm yeah, going with 3 accounts moving around. I put in 5 accounts in total. And there are a couple of other ones like this LB. She also has a lot of accounts and also moves with a fair amount. At least the ones she indicated, if not more. So it's good to have people like that. That gives a good foundation for this event. Because just people jumping on with one account, yeah, that is. I mean, maybe they don't have more accounts in the main alliance, but that is. Then you really need a lot of those, and it's good to have a few people that are always there that use many accounts. Now, what was kind of interesting in the painful one, I don't think you have it in the lower one, but we'll see. There you had you had quite a lot of. I have to check. I'm not paying too much attention actually. Should pay a bit more attention, but I think people are already. That is one elite warrior, so we don't have to worry about that. So there are quite some people that are paying attention where to go to. I prefer to go with a strong one to Fortress 5 at this level. That's actually not yet necessary, but later you do have to worry about these blue ones. And what was interesting in the painful one is that you had slower enemies like you had in the original demonic siege. I think the Fortress 1 was always slower than Fortress 4 and 5 and you could move around, but later that changed. I think here then you had like I think swamp trolls or mountain trolls or whatever in this painful, which moved slower, and then you could still for one in one tower catch the first part of the wave and then move to a tower or fortress where the swamp ogres or mountain ogres came, and then you could catch those in the later part of the wave, so to say. So it would be nice just to see it if we can have this 13 enemies in one fortress, and after that I would just stop the video because it's not, I don't think it's worth my time to try to talk for 1 hour, and it's also not interesting for you as the viewer to look at that. So I regret a bit not starting the painful one this round, because if I see at how many counts we have, we would probably have made it. And there are two important things. I mean, getting through the beginning, and if you really have enough accounts, getting through the beginning is quite easy, and probably you're going to get at least some damage later on. But if you haven't had any damage in the beginning, that's okay. And that's a bit of an issue if you did have a lot of damage in the beginning, but you just got through, but you only have like 20-30% left, and you're very likely not going to make it till the end. It's actually not a very bad thing, because the rewards you get are not based on whether you make it to the end or not. They are based on the damage you do. So you normally just not making level painful still gives you more rewards than finishing one level lower. This is a very equal divided, so don't really have to move. Though now I'm going to move a bit. With two of my accounts move here. If that is allowed, yes, that is allowed. Maybe one account move into Fortress 2. Then we should be all set easily. Interesting. Not all moves could be understood. That is the LB that also is paying enough attention. So basically, if it is like this, you can just move all accounts. I personally already have 2 of my 3 accounts in Fortress 1. Let's see if we get enough. It is still so funny that somebody comes in and then, not looking at all in the chat, 2 people are saying Fortress 1. I'm going to Fortress 2. Let's see whether anybody still wants to make some effort. Can't scroll here, it seems. I just want to see. I have one farm in 4 and one farm in 5. Oh, that is a vintage mistake I make. Maybe because normally in my experience the 13 is often in Fortress 1, so I'm going to probably switch to one of my other farms. But anyway, this is what I wanted to show you. I'm just going to continue playing, of course, but this is enough for the video, I think. I hope this has been of some use for players who haven't played this level yet, and maybe my information about the Painful, if you haven't played that yet, is also interesting. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have any questions or suggestions, that's always much appreciated.